What up, my Nick Wiggles and Jiggle Queens? I thought I'd do another Adonis review today. It's nothing new, really. It's just something that, again, is on sale. It's a game that, maybe people haven't gotten before and maybe have considered getting it after playing like a dragon or something and have been wondering if it'd be worth it. Maybe they enjoyed like a dragon and and then they're considering, a different option now, getting into the Yakuza series. And so if you did play like a dragon, and thought it was amazing, and you're like, well, do I really want to explore the, 1,000 hour commitment? The fucking eternity sized dick it would fucking take, yeah, get off my ass. The eternity sized dick it would take to fucking beat the remaining seven, I believe, Yakuza games, because there's a Yakuza 0 as well. Um, I'm here to try to help you on the understanding if it's something that you might actually want to explore. And if this was something you want to explore, the way that you would begin this journey is with something that is on sale currently. It's a great deal. It's called I don't know, Yakuza KIWAMI sale or the remastered Yakuza collection. Whatever it is, basically it's Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, and Yakuza Kiwami 2. And what that is in English is Yakuza 0, 1, and 2. So basically the three Yakuza games. So 1 and 2 are the first Yakuza games. 0 is a prequel made, way down in the future in 2015, while the original Yakuza games came out in 2005 and 6 or something like that. But anyways, it basically gives you the whole beginning story. You can play 0, 1, and 2 in order, even though 0 came out before because it is a prequel. And it gives you it, remastered. So the graphics are up to date as of 2016, 2015, essentially. On those graphics, not too shabby, and essentially you can start the story of Yakuza with pretty modern, up to date graphics, and then the way I'm essentially going to do it. So I'm on the final Yakuza 2, Kiwami 2, which is I've done 0 and 1, and I am almost done with 2, and then I can move on to 3, 4, 5, and 6, which currently are on Game Pass for Xbox. So I'm gonna move from PlayStation to Xbox to do those. Hopefully these can remain for the 500 hours I need to beat it. With that being said, the first three, like I said, you can buy. They don't have the first three on the Game Pass. Those fuckers, right? They get they basically force you to have to spend some money to be able to get to into Yakuza. What a dick twisting fuck. They're like, hey, there's fucking like 4 Yakuza games over here for you that you could play. But you can't get into Yakuza, to play these games. You have to already be into it and already have started off the journeys, and then if you are already, invested in, you can start midway in. I do not know how well the graphics are for 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's not what this fucking review is supposed to help you with. But I believe this was a remaster too, but I think this remaster might be newer with better graphics. I don't know. Don't mark me on it. But anyways, back to this. So the long story short of it is that you can buy basically the remastered set right now. It's like $15, so $5 a piece for Yakuza 0, 1, 2, 1 and 2, Kiwami 1 and 2, and fantastic deal. That it truly gives you 500 hours, not 500 hours, realistically probably like 50 hours a piece, so 150 hours of gameplay for $15. Like I said, the graphics are reasonably up to date. It is strange. There is quite a markup, I feel personally, in the graphics when it comes from number Kiwami 2 compared to Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami 1, basically, those are exactly the same in style. So you're not going to get a big difference. And then it kind of shoots up in quality when it gets to Yakuza 2, which is the one that you will see on your screen right now with me playing. And yeah, so start it that way if you're going to do it. Start with 0, then go to 1, then go to 2, and then it'll be a pretty pleasing upgrade. Now I'll kind of divide this into two different areas when it comes to this being worth playing. And the first one would be uh, if you play just like a dragon and you are moving into this and you're like, is it worth it? Is it gonna be as good? This is older. Is it worth going back playing older games to try to hold on to the nostalgia and joy I have obtained suckling on the teat of like a dragon? And the simple answer is yes. The story is phenomenal. Zero, in particular, holds a sweet place in my heart where I was constantly, entertained and just, like at the beginning of Just Like a Dragon, I got so many cutscenes. You essentially put the controller down and just start watching a movie. And whenever you in the first like 2-3 hours of Like a Dragon, you're just sitting there like, and whenever you actually play it, they like you're like, what the fuck? I'm being inconvenienced by playing it. Like I'm watching the movie. How dare they? And like you honestly get like fucking thrown out of your seat when they actually want you to do something because you're literally watching 99% cutscenes. And that's kind of how it's better split out. Yakuza 0. But it's the story's that good where you're just like so entertaining. You just you're just dying to know what's gonna happen, and you're like, fuck, I'm not gonna figure out until 20 more hours down the road, like fuckers. But with that being said, I don't know how to purchase this. Oh, how confusing. Hope I have enough money. But with that being said, it's fantastic. That is the longer of the two games too. The Yakuza 0 is the longer one, and it's a great place to start out. It's great. It shows you Kiryu, who you do see in Like a Dragon. He's like one of the main kind of final toughest persons you find in Like a Dragon. You also see Goro Majima and kind of his story. Personally, if you've played these games before and you understand the story behind these characters, I don't understand the leap from Goro from 0 to 1 in Yakuza. He's like a completely understandable, amazing character in 0. Then, at the very end, he gets kind of fucked over, and he's just like, I'm gonna become a fucking wild idiot. Make absolutely no sense character-wise. And I heard that in the future, when I get into 4, or maybe I think the 5th Yakuza game will maybe break it down more, but I don't know what I'm ranting about. Forget that. Anyways, is it worth going into? Yes. If you like a Dragon, you're gonna like this. It's fantastic. And here's another thing now, which might be a positive or a negative. It really depends how you cut it. Is when I got Like a Dragon, I did not know it would be like a turn-based style of gameplay. Basically, I didn't know that. I had no idea, and I didn't want that. Essentially, I thought the way the commercials set it out to me made it seem like it'd be like a fighting brawler. But it wasn't. But that was fine. I actually really enjoyed it, and that was a fun way to play it. It was really unique. But with that being said, Yakuza 0, 1, and Kiwami and all that, and these games are a kind of a brawler in the streets. Now, it's not the most intense style of fighting. It is very kind of rinse and repeat moves. But it is kind of cool. Your characters get, different styles of fighting. Like, and specifically in Yakuza 0, for example, when you play as Goro, he has like 3 or 4 different types of movesets. One's breakdancing, and other one's, where he specializes with a bat. Another one's more of a standard fighting. And you can switch between these depending on the situation you're in. And, mine was always the bat. It's pretty easy and straightforward just to fuck people with the bat. It made it pretty simple. But, if you want to make it a little bit tougher for yourself and have a little bit more flair, you can level up your breakdancing and just, beat people up with fucking fantastic, flashy-ass kicks to the face. So it's nice they do that. And the same thing with Kirio. He has different techniques as well, where you can be more swift and have fasting flying fist fight styles, or you know, or he can go into my personal favorite style, which is brawler, where he just picks up shit off the street and just beats you down with bicycles and fucking cones and shit like that. So that's cool. So the fighting style is different from just like a dragon, but it's not a bad thing. I think it's fun, fine, and dandy. Like I said, it's not the most ingenious way to fight, but it is, it is better. I'll get in a fight here in a second so you can kind of get a view of it when I'm finishing. So anyways, if you play like a dragon, you go into this, be prepared for the same thing. I know you'll miss Ichiban. I missed Ichiban, but you begin to like Goro. Look at all these bicycles and look at these fuckers. I'm gonna be this perfect place to fight them because I'm gonna beat their asses with the fucking here. Fight me. So fucking so it's a perfect storm to I don't know what I'm talking about right now. And see, you get heat actions too. You get a certain amount of actions. You can do special moves to them. It's easier when you have an item. So I'll pick up this and I can do a heat action with them if I save it up enough. And you can beat them up with almost everything on the street. So it's pretty nice. So anyway, so long story short, it's the fighting style. I like it. It's decent. It's fun. And this is how it's going to be for all the Yakuza games. Like a Dragon was unique in that case. Now, if you've never played Like a Dragon, and you've never played any Yakuza game, maybe you just saw it on sale and heard somewhere on the street that Yakuza is a good game, and you understand that you've heard about it and you see it's on sale, and these are beginning games, and it's worth beginning the journey, and you're considering it again. The type of person that would enjoy this game is someone who enjoys story-based games. This is it's like you really have to be wanting to watch like a roots version of a Yakuza story, just fucking drawn out. Like I said, tens of 20s of 30s of 50s of hours of story, to enjoy. But if you're willing to do that, you'll get a great experience out of it, especially since there's so many games. It's gonna take a while. If you like multiplayer and like shooting and fucking quick, fast-paced things, and you have a short attention span, you have ADHD or something, or ADD, this game probably isn't for you, unfortunately. But I would say, again, my motto in this world is that, in the world we live in today, every video game is usually at a par where anyone can enjoy any game. If you enjoy video games, you'll probably enjoy, most of any video games nowadays. It's not really the game worth playing, because most games can be enjoyed. It's just really, they're worth your time, compared to all the fucking hundreds of video games that are out there that you can't enjoy. Sometimes it's tough to divide your attention. And again, that's the toughest thing with Yakuza. It's just, I'm trying to, when you're trying to play other games and then you have this fucking creeping monster of thousands of hours of gameplay to get this done, it really is a foreboding beast. And it becomes a lot, just like, man, do I, even just to start it sometimes, you just sit there and like, let me just go in for like an hour and play for an hour. But if you go in for an hour, you're basically just going to be sitting there, watching a cutscene for 45 minutes of it. So you really, just to be able to kind of get through the game, and initially you have to really be able to just tell yourself like, okay, like you need to, like, I feel like you need 2 hours a day. Like, don't turn it on if you don't have at least 2 hours to really put into it. Because if you only have an hour or 30 minutes or 45 minutes to put into a game, you're going to spend, 90% of it just watching the cutscene, never really do anything, which can get kind of boring. That's how you spend your day playing it. You really need to give yourself some time. But the sub stories are great. There's thousands of sub stories in this game that you make you enjoy it. And, funny random encounters. We know the silliest things, and I've played, like this is the third game of the Yakuza series, and not kind of like a dragon, and each game has 50 to 100 sub stories, random little stories, and they're not the most complex stories. You don't have to do the most wild things, but I'll say that every sub story that you get, every little side mission is unique, different, and I haven't really gotten any repeats. You truly get, it's not like it's not like every game you get the same, 15 sub stories back to back. You truly are doing different things, and it's impressive how much they can, create new characters and whatnot. So with that being said, again, I hope this helps you out if you've been on the fence of starting the Yakuza series. You're unsure if you wanted to begin the journey, and you saw this on sale, like I said, because typically this is on sale. Normally, again, I like to always go over the price you could expect and what you should pay for it. And I've seen this several times on sale for $15, $20 for all three games in the Yakuza remastered collection set. So you can get it right now at the time of taping this, which is it's the end of June right now in 2022. But it's on sale all the time, so you're guaranteed to get it for that cheap. And then, like I said, if you like these three and you somehow can cut through games, as of now, Game Pass has the remaining games, the 3, 4, 5, and 6 on there, and Like a Dragon. If you haven't played that, so if you really want to get all the Yakuza games, in and you have access to Game Pass to this is really the only one you really need to buy. So I hope this helps you out. I hope this expands your mind a little bit. Sorry I kind of dragged it on. It's kind of one of my longer speeches, but there's a lot to go over with this. All right. Love you guys. Adios.